Alright, welcome to the third midnight makeup session, and this time I did a Joker style Glasgow smile. Now, I start by tying my hair because I'm working on the face and you don't want latex on your hair because it will take it all away. So, we're going to do the Glasgow smile kind of like the Joker and sketch it out with your black eyeliner as always. And now I'm going to work one side as an open wound and the other side as a scar, as a healed scar. As I told you with the school video, I was going to do a closed scar for you to see. So left side's going to be the open wound, right side's going to be the scar, my white latex. And I start with my busted brush, which actually I think I'm going to have to get a new one soon for the next video because I had trouble smearing the latex on this one a bit. So, just go over your outline. Again, you don't want it to be too precise because it's a wound actually. So, yeah, there we go with that. And one is going to be open and one side closed, as I mentioned. Now, get your roll of paper and start rolling it. You want it thin, not too thick. So, look at this one. And this side is too thick, this one's thin. So, save that one for later. And I got a new square and breaking it off a little bit to keep it thin like that, yeah, so you get a very thin roll for the skin and you make it thin by making it tight and you apply it to your face like that. Then you smudge it with the latex as we have done previously in all other videos, and yeah, you glue it down. If the latex dried up before you put it on, just add a little bit more. And once it's glued down, you have to really wet that paper with the latex so it gets the shape down right. Okay, and I'm looking for another brush actually here, but I couldn't find one, so I used my smudger. No matter, I will get a new one for the next video. Now I'm just wedging and wet and getting that roll of paper really damp and glued down to my face. So you can see I made it from the corner of my mouth to the corner of my eye, big one. And this is after the zipper one that I did as for Halloween. I think this is the biggest one that I have done, both sides of the face. So another roll of paper, thin, and adding the other corner of the other edge of the wound, and complete it with another little piece of paper there. It's actually the thin side from the roll that I showed you was not too correct. Now just setting it down there and dampening it, making it really, really wet so it sticks on but good, making sure it's not necessarily even, but that it keeps a general shape. And I left the space in the middle for the wound. There you go, and you can see I have mobility of my mouth. Now on the other side we're going to do the scar, so instead of just going over the outline, you fill it out like that, yeah, again in a general shape. You will give it texture and volume with the paper and the makeup, and this time you want to use the thick roll of paper like the one that we had. For this one you want a thick one to make it look like the scar, and you put it there, give it the correct shape, and smudge and glue pretty much, just smudging and gluing and getting it right. You can never use too much latex, there's no such thing, I think. Now as you can see, I'm getting that ready there while the other side dries. That's also a good thing, to work on one side while the other side dries, so it's faster. This one took overall 40 minutes. Again, I've been timing them and I keep them around an hour. I just make them faster for YouTube's sake. Now we're covering the open wound side with a coat that's going to be the skin and getting it very wet so it glues down perfectly. First, the central part of the wound, the inside of the wound. That is like the main part. You can see how I wet it, and then around. And actually, I'm going to tear some of that paper off, the excess of it. You see, I start picking away at it. There you go. And remember that your latex will dry transparent, will dry clear. So that's good. Oh, and I have to watch it because I have my sideburns and I don't want latex on there. So just break it around and make it safe for the sideburns. And then continue wetting it, particularly the borders, so it glues down fine and you can actually save your prosthetic for later use or to repeat use. I am collecting them right now. So far I have 3 videos and four prosthetics. I'm holding it down there to get it down right. There you go. Avoiding the sideburn and just getting it down and wet. Just making sure it's glued on fine. You can see it there. Let's go. And we're going to do the same with the other side to give volume to the scar. Breaking the paper around. Make sure you match whatever you want. Set it in place and then start smudging it with the latex and gluing it down. Making sure it joins the border like that. There you go. And making sure the borders, it may sting your eyes a little while it's fresh, but it's not. Again, if you made a test for allergies in when you started working with the latex and nothing happened, it shouldn't bother your eyes that much, but still it can sting a little bit, so hang in there. And again, avoiding the sideburn, I just get it down in place, setting the skin down. Doesn't matter if the paper is a bit broken because you will make it even. You see, actually I broke it with my finger there a bit. Just set it in place with the latex, particularly the borders. You have to worry about the borders and make sure you set those perfectly so you don't have your pieces falling around or falling off around. So there you go. Now I'm going to go with I'm rinsing my brush there and trying to get some of the dry latex off it. And now here we go with the red latex part of the wound. Again, the red latex is colored with acrylic paint, and I'm just gonna go inside and a bit on the outside skin, like on the what is the inside part of the wound to give it texture, red and color as well. Fill it in nice and good, and it will dry red. It looks pink at first, but it will dry very red. Now I'm rinsing the brush again and covering containers and everything. Now, as you can see, there it is, one side open, one side closed, up close and personal. And now let's do the makeup over the scar. We don't need blood or texture on this one, so just give it the pink. And I will match my face, most of my face, to the makeup base, just so it doesn't look false, so it looks even. So first go around the wound. I'm actually using the mirror on the compact there, and you want it to be as evenly colored as possible, but also giving it as much texture as you can. So there I'm covering the areas and also part of my face. There I'm going up into the eyes and the corner of my eye and the side and my nose and everything. I will, as I say, I will match my skin to the makeup as much as possible so it looks natural. I'm looking for another shade of skin makeup and I found it, just to give it a little bit more texture to the scar, the raised part of the skin. It's a bit darker, and just pretty much you want it to look as realistic as possible, and or as believable as possible. If you're not going for realism, at least go for believability. I'm adding some cream and black there, black powder shadow in my eyes, just to sink them a little, and over the scar just to give it like faded skin and busted skin texture and really make it pop out. I'm keeping the shape there, and now on the other side we're going to work with our blood, our very good gory blood, and I'm going to go inside the wound with the blood and the brush. I'm again using the compact. This is the second time that I worked on my face after Halloween, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun doing this one. It was really cool. And as you can see, I'm filling it up with blood to give it texture a little bit outside, just so it joins the mouth. And once that it's all filled out, I'll give some drops over the scar, just like a splash, or I was sprayed. Also, again, more on the inside, you can see a nice drop that I got on my chin, and I'm getting in around. That drop there is cool. I got some on my shirt. Don't worry, it washes off. No problem there. It's a Leatherface t-shirt, by the way, just to keeping with the horror theme. And there you go, the side and the closed scar. We're actually pretty much done with the scar side, so we're going to just match the flesh with the on the wound side. Again, smearing the blood if you got any outside. It doesn't matter. And you want your skin and the makeups to match as much as possible. Just give it the volume and the texture that you need, and you can see me going into the eyes and under the eyes. Well, not in the eye, but under the eye and around the eye, and the side of the nose and the chin and everything. And I will match my nose because it's kind of shiny there. So there, giving you a bit of a pallor and that. You can eyeline your eyes. You can wear contact lenses. Pretty much make it look as cool as you want and have fun. That's the whole point, guys. Just try to have fun with these when you make them. And there you go, an open side and a closed side. Now let's add some shadow to the open side, and in the eyes you want it to look sunken and deep, so it looks wicked cool. And you want to give some black texture inside the wound, so it's not just a red splotch. There, just go around a little bit, kind of dirt, kind of smudge. Looks like you survived a Holocaust or something. And there you go. Match the makeup. And there you have it, guys. The final product, open side and closed side. Both sides in close up. And see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed.